Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into a fascinating discovery about Viking technology. Crampons. Who knew the Vikings were so ahead of their time?
Exactly. I was surprised too. So what's the scoop on these Viking-era ice grips?
Well, it turns out crampons weren't just a modern invention. Archaeological evidence shows they were used in Norway for over 1,000 years, dating back to the Viking Age, and even earlier in some cases.
Wow, that's incredible. Were they similar to the ones we use today?
Similar in function, yes, but with some design differences. Archaeologists have found various types: square ones, triangular ones, even star-shaped and ring-shaped designs. Now, they were typically made of metal spikes attached to leather straps that secured them to the shoes.
And they were used by both people and horses? That's a detail I found particularly interesting.
Precisely. The article mentions that horse crampons sometimes even predate the Viking Age, appearing as early as the 700s. This was before horseshoes were common, so ice grips were essential for traction on icy surfaces.
So what about the shoes themselves? Were they designed for winter conditions?
No, not really. A museum educator, Espen Kuchera, who recreates Viking Age footwear, points out that Viking and medieval shoes lacked the tread we see on modern winter boots here. He even tested a replica of a triangular crampon, and it worked perfectly, proving how crucial these ice grips were for safe winter travel.
That's a really cool experiment. It makes the historical context so much clearer. But how common were these crampons? Were they only used by the elite?
That's a great question. Initially, I thought they might have been limited to the wealthy, given the use of iron. But the article suggests otherwise. Archaeology professor Marianne Vedeler points out that while iron was expensive in the Viking Age, the amount needed for a crampon was minimal. Plus, the sheer number of crampon finds, over 150 in one museum database alone, suggests they were quite widespread.
I see. So it seems like crampons were a pretty essential piece of winter gear for most people back then. It's amazing how much we can learn from these seemingly small artifacts.
Absolutely. And the article even mentions a fully intact crampon found in Oslo, complete with its leather straps. A truly remarkable discovery. It's a testament to the ingenuity and practicality of Viking technology. It also highlights the importance of considering the everyday lives of ordinary people when studying history. It's not just about kings and battles, but also about the practical solutions people developed to navigate their environment.
It really is. This research completely changes my perspective on Viking life. Thanks for sharing this fascinating story.
My pleasure. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for another dose of tech and news. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.